How y'all doing out there? I want to welcome y'all back. Welcome some of y'all for the first time to the TPP, the Tremaine Perry podcast. I am your host. Some folks call me Trey, other people call me Tremaine. Don't matter what you call me, as long as you call me. Here on my podcast to give a synopsis and post-show recap of WWE Wrestlepalooza. Before I continue, hit that bell if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel. Go through the content, like the videos, comment on them, share them with your friends, and follow me on your social media accounts. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Now let's begin. Yeet. By popular demand, here I am wearing a suit. Not a suit, but at least I'm wearing a tie. Since it's a PLE, and I'm a man of my word, y'all asked me to wear a tie on PLE nights. I got home from work and put on a tie. So here I am in all of my tie and dress shirt having ways. Hope I'm making y'all's day. And now I'm going to watch the rest of the post show on camera since I couldn't watch the full PLE. I had to work. I was watching the work, so no spoil. It doesn't matter if y'all spoil it because I know what happened. I watched everything while I was at work, getting killed on them dishes. And I'm just gonna be up here long enough until the post show ends, and then I'm gonna sign off. Share the stream. But yeah, that was a good PLE for the most part. I mean, I didn't like the outcomes. Only like two of the matches had the outcome I wanted. Other than that, it was a good show. First time on ESPN. But the outcomes absolutely sucked from beginning all the way till before the last match. I mean, okay, I like the ending of the last two matches too. Got to share it one more time. Hold on. And y'all, I feel like the president of TNA, who's always wearing a dress shirt and a hat. I feel like him right now. What's his name? Carlos Silva. I feel like him. CM Punk and AJ Lee on the post show. I knew it was still like a lot of post show left. That's why I'm like, I'll jump up here and just do this part only. I'm not gonna watch the whole event again like I had planned. And AJ Lee with them shorts on. I know I was kind of picking on a Monday night for them flat bottom jeans, but tonight she got some apple bottom booty shorts on. What up, Brantley? How you doing? Apple bottom Daisy Dukes is what AJ Lee wearing tonight. They doing her justice, unlike them pants she was wearing Monday night. I'm happy with that outcome of that match. I'm happy with the outcome of the main event. I'm disappointed John Cena didn't win. I was so mad. That fired me up at work, made my blood pressure go through the roof, made my heart rate jump. I'm glad CM Punk AJ Lee won. I'm glad Stephanie Vakir is the new champion. I'm good, Brantley. Now that I'm home from work, I'm good, bro. You put your glasses on. Why you put your glasses on, LJ? Why you put your glasses on, LJ? What up? How you doing? Hope all is well with you, bro. You feel like you're seeing stuff? I thought CM Punk said something else just then. I'm hearing things. I misheard him just then. You're going to subscribe. Thank you, Brantley. I appreciate that. I need the subscribers. I appreciate every single person that subscribes to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, brother or sister. I don't know. I hate jumping to conclusions assuming someone's a guy or a girl. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Usos win? No, sir. Unfortunately, they did not. I'm disappointed on that outcome as well. So here's the results of the night's matches, if I can remember correctly. Opening match was Cena, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar won. The match after that was the Usos versus the Bronze. The Bronze won. Then after that, it was Stephanie Vakir, Io Sky. Stephanie Vakir won. She's a new champion. The match followed that was I feel like that was AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. AJ Lee, CM Punk won that match. And in the main event, Cody Rhodes defended his championship against Drew McIntyre. I think that was it was only 5 matches, right? Yeah, I'm disappointed too, LJ. The outcomes of the matches, so the outcome of the first 2 matches, I was so mad. I was like, this is how we're gonna set the tone for the night. And then Stephanie Vakir won. I'm like, okay, I can live with that. And then AJ and Punk won. I'm like, okay, this is getting better now. But yeah, how do I feel about the show? Not bad. I like the new intro too. The new "Then Now Forever Together." The new signature line at the beginning. That was kind of dope. I like that. I was like, wow, they got a. They could tell. You could tell it's a new era or a new chapter of WWE when they changed that part. So as soon as the show hit and I saw that, I'm like, wow, okay, this is a big event. Jeff Hardy or Rey Mysterio. Jeff Hardy. I ain't got to think twice about that one. You're a small YouTuber too. I'm gonna subscribe back to you, Brantley. You were on Brock's team, of course you were. Just like the half of the crowd that was saying Cena sucks were probably on Brock Lesnar's team. That bully. That's why I didn't want him to win because he's nothing but a bully. And I don't have no respect or no light for no bully. And he's the biggest one of them all. So yeah, I'd rather John Cena had won that match. Bullies suck. Coming from being a person who was bullied their whole childhood and most of their early adult life, I got nothing for them, man. I want to see them get the ass kicked. That's how passionate I am about that. I had to cuss, even though ass ain't a cuss word. Yeah, he F5 Corey Graves, and that was rude. That's no different than when Gunther choked out Pat McAfee. And he should have been fired or suspended or fined or something. He should have some kind of disciplinary action should have been taken against Brock Lesnar after that transaction last night. Just saying. Brantley, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again for subscribing and for stopping by. Hopefully, this is the first of many times I get to holler at you. Amiri Agasson, RVD, or Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero. I wonder who's gonna shut Lesnar down. I don't know, but somebody needs to. I was hoping it was gonna be Cena. You would think, and I still can't believe that John Cena requested him to come back to WWE to have these matches, and he's involved in it behind the scenes and probably okayed that decision of that match tonight. It blows my mind that he would be okay with. But I guess that's what I don't know. I'm overthinking it again, man. Goldberg spear or Edge spear? Goldberg spear. If Ron Breaker was a face, maybe him. Maybe I guess. I've heard somebody predicted that Brock Lesnar's gonna no Paul Heyman's gonna turn on Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar's gonna win the belt from him that way. I would rather be the other way around. I'd rather Seth Rollins stop Brock Lesnar somehow. And that he's got the firepower. The Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins all jump on Brock Lesnar. They could take him down. They got the manpower. They can do it. See you, Brantley. Holla. AJ Lee looking good tonight, as always. Of course, she's always really pretty to me. CM Punk is winning in life with her by his side. All I can say about that. Winning in life. What else y'all talking about? CM Punk or Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho. Notice I'm not having to think long or hard on them questions you're asking me, Amiri. Hope you're subscribing to my channel since I'm responding so quick. They won't have a feud with the Vision versus Lesnar while they are trying to build on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. They need the heels. Again, I don't know what the creative and the writers are doing, man. I'm over it. It almost makes me not want to watch no more. Like if I had to pay $30 to watch this tonight, I'd want my money back. I want a refund. Just off the opening match results alone. Sorry, the camera is gonna bother me for a second. It's off, like not really being weird, y'all. I'm a perfectionist. You know how I am. That's a little better, I guess. But yeah, they're showing recaps of the main event when the referee got knocked out of the ring or ran out of the ring to try to avoid contact. Drew McIntyre is going to blame that referee for his loss. Drew McIntyre is always known for pointing the finger at everybody for his shortcomings, except for pointing the finger at himself. Yeah, how could they build Cena up for that? And he asked for it. John Cena asked for Brock Lesnar. He requested him by name. I was so glad Cody moved out of the way and he kicked his foot through that announce table. I was so glad that happened too. And I had to watch it live, man, because I know how spoilers are. If I hadn't watched it at work, I would have came home trying to watch it from the beginning, and somebody would have jumped in live chat and ruined something, or a notification on my phone would have came up while I'm trying to do my thing. So I just watched it and did it this way with a post-show synopsis, like I'm doing, recapping what happened, talking to y'all about whatever. And now Cody Rhodes is coming on the kick on the post-show. I watched the whole 2 hour kickoff and everything while I was at work. I watched the whole kickoff and most of the show. The main event I was watching while I was driving home from work. But yeah, I watched majority of everything at work while I was getting slayed in dishes, getting straight manhandled by a bunch of dishes. What else y'all talking about? How can it build up Cena from that? Who's even going to feud with Cena unless they are going to have a rematch? Again, I've been wanting Chris Jericho to come back and have a match with John Cena or Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry been asking for a match with John Cena this whole year. Have Joe Hendry face him one time and put Joe Hendry over. I mean, have Cena win that match, but then it's gonna give Joe Hendry some exposure. I know it's two faces, but still, the ref is the reason he lost. So I mean, maybe not. That's arguable. Again, because Drew McIntyre, he's known for pointing the finger at everybody but himself every time he loses a title opportunity. And I feel bad for Drew. I mean, I get it. He only had the championship when it was the COVID era, no fans in the arena. He still hasn't been able to get that moment in front of a live audience, even in his home country. You didn't watch the kickoff? I did. I had no chance. Yeah, all three of my belts are real, bro. All three of them. They're, they're pretty real. Yeah, they're not plastic or foam. They are legit. This one weighs like 7 pounds. This one weighs like maybe a pound and a half. One around my waist, about the same. They're all real, bro. It is always something with Drew. I guess on Fridays he want to beat up the refs. Yeah, he's gonna have. He is gonna be livid on Friday Night SmackDown. We already know that. You say what was that, Uzma? That was me clacking the belts together. You know how like Jeff and Matt Hardy will cheers, toast the belts. That was me doing that with my belts, bruh. That was me trying to prove that they are real. They can't bend. Like I can't. And this was signed by Diamond Dallas Page. Since you're a new viewer, check out the video on my YouTube of him signing it in real time at WrestleMania WWE World back in April. Yeah, they're broken because I've worn them out. Literally, I've taken them to hundreds of WWE shows because I take all three belts with me to every. Just like next Monday when I go to Monday Night Raw in person, I'm taking all three belts with me. That's why they're worn out. They're worn out. Yeah. So yeah, they're broken. Big whoop. What's it to you? Sorry, I'm in the mood because John Cena lost, and I had to work my ass off and almost had a freaking medical emergency from where my heart rate went through the roof trying to work. And y'all questioning the validity of my belts ain't helping the situation. When I know, and everybody that know me know, and everybody that's a moderator and that's seen my podcast before know the legit. Just like all my pictures, all my moments with the people. What I think of Lesnar? You already know what I think of Lesnar. I don't like him. He's a bully. He's a punk, and I don't like. I never liked him since day one. He needed to stay in UFC or stay on his farm or do whatever with his butchering meat and do that instead of coming back doing this to John Cena. What's a good thing here in the comforts of your own home? Yes, amen. Observing stuff, and I can unwind and chill, and get some food and relax. That's why I didn't want to watch the show from the beginning because that means 3 hours from now I'll be going to bed, which is like 2 in the morning, and I'm trying to get some sleep. I'm not gonna be up here much longer, by the way. I will go in there and play the game on camera though, and I have no respect for a bully. Again, I've been bullied more than half of my life, and I don't like them. That's why it hurt. It hits close to home when him and Gunther do the things that they do. I don't know about that. Seems like an all right guy in real life. I doubt it. Just like Miz, I don't know about that because I know from experience, Shane Helms, Light Wind, the Exhale, aka the Hurricane. He's not real nice in real life at all. He was a jerk to me in real life. That's why I kick his ass in the video game every other day, if not every day. Somebody got a sign that says I've got a yeast infection. That's funny. What else y'all talking about? Can you show your money in the bank on your back? Yeah, I'll show you the briefcase. Got to take my picture of me and Bailey down first. That I got resting on top of it. Is that who's this coming out? Is this Seth Rollins? Oh, Seth Rollins coming out during Cody Rhodes part of the post show. Yeah. Whenever I travel out of town, I put the belt around my waist in here. I travel with it in there. Yes. Got a code on the top for me to lock it if I want to. What did Hurricane do to me? All right. What had happened was I worked at this restaurant. I was a kitchen manager. I was there that day. A little birdie came to the back where I'm working at and said, whispered in my ear, "Hey man, I think there's a wrestler out here. He's got green hair and whatnot." And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's a Hurricane." So I, washed my hands, went out there, like, "Oh man, I'm such a big fan. I just want to come out here and say hey to you." "Can't you see I'm trying to eat?" All that dude had on his table was some hush puppies and sweet tea. And then like he had his entree yet, and then like he had an appetizer or a salad. He just had, when you go to, let's say, Chili's and they give you chips and salsa as your thing while you wait for your food. He had that at his table, and he just snapped on me instead of like saying, "Hey man, now's not a good time. Come back later." Or, um, "I'm here with my brother. I'm trying to enjoy my time. Check me out later." And he reacted wrong to me, and so like luckily, I am the person that I am because I was the cook on duty that day. He lucky I didn't go back there and drop his steak or his food on the floor and kick it across with my foot a few times, but I didn't do that. He lucky I ain't spitting his food, but again, I did not do that. But that's what I wanted to do. The end of the Wrestlepalooza sucked. I disagree. The beginning sucked. The ending didn't. When you in the gaming geek, I see you. I mean, and observing stuff. Hope all is well with both of you, by the way. Thanks for stopping by. Know this is an odd stream for me. Not watching it in real time because I had to work, and got my ass kicked. It almost did me in. I knew it was the reason why I was all hot and sweaty and out of breath at one point because it was work kicking my ass. Do what I gotta do. I wish I could. No, I'm not gonna say it. I could say it so I'm blue in the face so that means it's gonna happen. Getting paid to do this and be a full time job and not have to do nothing but this. That would be nice. But Again, it is what it is. Main event was bad. I disagree. That main event was good, especially the end result. And that is showing the results. Again, Brock Lesnar defeated John Cena. Cody Rhodes defeated Drew McIntyre. Punk and AJ defeated Seth and Becky. Fakir, new women's world champion. Braun and Bronson defeated the Usos. I liked three of the five outcomes. Heck, the Stephanie Vakir Io Sky match, I could have went either way with that one. I would have been happy with either one of them winning just because it was a female match and they both look good, and I like to see them watch, like to watch them wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Cameraman, he had them. That cameraman did a good job tonight, by the way, on that match especially. I got my ass kicked at work because it was I'm the only one that washes dishes there, and it's like thousands of freaking pieces of dishes I got to put wash and put away at the same time. I mean, it's kind of slow leading up to the end of the night, and then that's when they bombard me with everything: the big cutting boards, all the utensils, all the plates, all the cups, all the knives, forks, all that. That's what I mean by I got my ass kicked at work tonight. The main event, the ref was paid off. Maybe, maybe not. He was just trying to dodge getting knocked out. I would have probably done the same thing out of a reaction. Your instinct is gonna be fight or flight, and especially a referee that ain't built to fight, he gonna fly. He gonna go. How many of them action figures do I have? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, eight, roughly. I might have a. I might that number might be a little bit more because I got a couple Funkos and a weird like bendy stretchy one. I don't count this as an action figure. I guess it is. So if I count all the Funkos and this, 11, we'll say 15. But action figures like in the box, only got like eight of them, and most of them are all in the box because I don't like to open my stuff. I feel like it's gonna be worth money one day. I don't like the Usos losing. It was their first time tagging together and just agreed observing stuff that the first two results, the first two outcomes tonight. I know that's why my heart rate went up to 157. I already know. I know it's not worse, but again, given my circumstances and my situation, it's rough. Like last year, this time, or any time in the past, I would have been able to deal with that kind of job, that kind of stress, that kind of high volume with no problem. But now, the way things have been lately, as of 2025, let's just say I'm not as young as I used to be. Triple H has changed clothes. Here I am still wearing a suit and tie, or at least a dress shirt and a tie. By popular demand, just like I'm wearing a belt. By popular demand. I'm going above and beyond wearing all three belts for you. I still feel like Carlos Silva with a hat on right now. Hat and glasses too, because he wears glasses. And I can't imagine working in a factory where it's hot. No, thank you. Occupational hazards galore. I'm good. Trying to get my buddy at work in the wrestling. I was showing him the clips, little parts of the Steph Io Sky match. I'm like, Yeah, that cameraman working the angles. Yeah, that's why I watch wrestling. Which is true. That's the main reason why I watch wrestling, but also, I like John Cena, Roman Reigns, and storylines. Tonight's headlines: The Vision, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker defeat the Usos. I gotta remind me of that again. Ticker at the bottom of the screen right now. Stephanie Vakir defeats Io Sky to become the new women's world champion. I think she deserves it. I really wanted Jordan Grace to win the NXT championship because I feel like she needs a push. Also, more headlines. CM Punk and AJ Lee defeat Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. All this is shown on the bottom of the screen while Triple H is talking on the panel. Cody Rhodes defeats Drew McIntyre to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. Also, fun note, I was stunned by 15,000 people in the building. I was like, wow, that's a huge turnout. 15,000 people? That's a lot. Yeah, we got to see Pat McAfee. I was so glad to see him. He came back tonight, was on commentary. I was glad it wasn't the Miz on commentary like last night on SmackDown. That was annoying. It gave me a headache. I like that AJ Lee shirt. I like the new Uso shirt, the one they were wearing tonight that said Yeaton since day one ish. That shirt was kind of cool. I gotta get on my supercard, WWE supercard. There's a limited event going on. I want some of those cards out of it. New tier just came out Wednesday. The Eon tier. I got 3 cards already. Might have 4 already now that I think about it. And I just got a notification that Team Battleground preparations are complete. Time to attack. I maxed my cards out before I went to work. I knew what kind of day it was going to be. He just said it again how they had 15,000 plus people there tonight, which is crazy amount. Crazy large number. Y'all awfully quiet in the live chat. Holla. I ain't gonna be up here much longer. As soon as this post show's concluded, I'm done. I'm logging off. I'll get on the game sometime before I go to bed tonight. I hate putting a timestamp on that. I just do it whenever I can, whenever I feel like it. At least once a day, every day. Yeah, I'm so disappointed John Cena lost, man. That is the worst. I still feel like it should be John Cena versus Joe Hendry one good time before he's done. Boo, Brock Lesnar. Boo. And a lot of other people are booing with me. I'm not the only one that feels that way. Yeah, then they talking about Stephanie McCure again. She deserves it. I was thinking the whole time, Io Sky's been the women's champion a few times. Let Stephanie McCure get it for the first time, and it happened. That worked out really well. Oh no, she had some kind of a cold. Triple H peeling back the curtain a little bit more, saying that Stephanie McCure had been sick for a while, like kind of like how I've been sick this whole week with this head cold. Yeah, Triple H. So I did a corkscrew moonsault once by complete mistake. Well, John, what's up, boy? There you are. What up, cuz? For you, brother. I'm wearing a tie. I ain't wearing no jacket, but I used to got a dress shirt and a tie on, okay? Since I'm a man of my word, everybody voted wear corporate trade attire on PLE nights. Here I am in corporate attire. Hope all is well with you, bro. Proud of you, by the way. You already know that. I'm gonna tell you again, though. Good job, and I'm proud of you, John. Who won all the matches? You didn't get to watch it? I was surprised FaZe wasn't telling the results in the group chat. So the opening match was John Cena, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar won that one. Match after that was Usos versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. The Bronze won that match. Third match, Stephanie McCure versus Io Sky. New women's world champion, Stephanie McCure. She won. Fourth match, CM Punk, AJ Lee, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. Punk and AJ won that match. And then the main event, it was Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes retained successfully. Controversial fashion, apparently, because the ref jumped out of the ring to avoid getting hurt. But I would have done the same thing if I was in that ref situation. Can't be mad at him. But Drew McIntyre is probably going to start wham, and about him on Friday Night SmackDown. I didn't like the Usos lost either. I didn't like the first two outcomes of the night, bro. And it put me in a bad mood at work. I mean, it didn't. I kept it in check. I took it out on the dishes, but it made my heart rate go up. The outcomes because I was so mad and disappointed and working harder than normal because I was fired up at Big E's 5 count. First person on his 5 count is Brock Lesnar. Ooh, so disappointed at that. No, I don't think he can. And that's just it. Not only was it Jay and Jimmy versus Braun and Bronson, LA Knight was a special referee. They named that at the top of the show during the kickoff. They were fighting backstage, all four of them, and Pierce broke it up, and they made the decision to make LA Knight the special guest referee of that match. I meant to mention that. Bronson Reed is the second on his 5 count. Stephanie Vakir is the third person on Big E's 5 count. I was hoping Roman Reigns was going to come out tonight too. Somebody was asking if we were going to have surprise appearances. I guess not. I mean, I kind of figured there wasn't going to be one. AJ Lee is the fourth person on Big E's 5 count. Wouldn't have surprised me just because that's the kind of bully he is, the kind of person that he is, observing stuff. It wouldn't have surprised me if he did something like that, if he could without getting in trouble. And then the fifth person on Big E's 5 count, Cody Rhodes. You're in a party. You're at a party. You're at a birthday party, John. I was wondering that too. See, I was too busy hustling at work to notice that he was even busted like that. That was before I turned the Bluetooth speaker on. I was listening to it on my headphones, on my earbuds. Now I don't know. I might have to watch it back to figure out what cut him open. It could have been a scratch. You never know. My nails are kind of long right now. They could have been a scratch, accidental contact. Hell, he could have scratched himself and cut himself open. You never know. Live action, WWE, anything happens. I don't know. See, I didn't watch. I was watching it, but again, I was mostly listening to the matches more than I was watching. I was stop and watch for a few seconds, and I had to go back to work. So I don't know what cut him open. We might find out later as days go by. There's probably gonna be memes about it, podcasts about it. Ain't no telling. And the post show is going off there. They're showing the end credits. I'll stay up here a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes at the most. Yeah, John, they had a new show intro. You know how they got the then, now, forever, together, forever? That part changed. They had a whole new different little signature line at the beginning of the show, which is so cool. Who got cut open? Jay Uso did. Alex Alberto, who wins Crown Jewel? Cody Rhodes versus Seth. One of them have to lose. I'm voting Seth Rollins lose. Yeah, Jay got cut open. And then they also announced before the main event tonight, Stephanie McMahon, the first inductee into the 2026 Hall of Fame. I'm thinking the whole time, it is still 2025. They normally don't start nominating inductees into the Hall of Fame until the next year, you know what I'm saying? The year of that Hall of Fame. So I thought that was very odd that they came out there, Undertaker announced that information, you know what I'm saying? Is it just me or am I the only one that found that to be very unorthodox, what the WWE will call it? Out of the ordinary. 'Cause again, normally first week or two in the new year, that's when they start saying the new inductees. Every week, maybe they'll come out with a new person. They'll show it on Raw, and then they'll show it on every show after that. And then the next week it'll be another person that gets inducted. They're showing it now on the replay, on the recap. She like she was about to cry too when Undertaker told her that. It's probably gonna be no, it ain't gonna be title for title, or it should be. It should be title for title. But if it's the Crown Jewel Championship, you know those belts that are kept over there in Saudi Arabia, only defended and shown there. I could almost see Seth Rollins winning there. But if it's for the belts we see on TV every week, I see Cody Rhodes winning. Yeah, I'll give y'all 10 more minutes and I'll log off. Go get me a little bit of food. I said I was hungry. And then I'll jump on the game. But yeah, WrestlePalooza. That's I wonder if that's a one and done or if that's gonna be a yearly recurring PLE. 'Cause I feel like Evolution, a women's only pay-per-view, should be done every year. Without question. Every year they should have a women's only pay-per-view. Should have been doing that ever since the first Evolution back in 2019. But again, my thoughts and my opinions are irrelevant. And also, all right, another thing I was thinking when I was at work trying to watch it, do everything at the same time. Even if you're 5 minutes into the show, you can start it from the beginning. Like right now, I can watch WrestlePalooza from the beginning if I want to. Whereas Peacock, you would have to wait hours after the show ends before you can watch it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like that feature with ESPN, how you're able to instantly watch it from the beginning, and I have to wait hours after the event ends and then be able to watch it from the beginning. That kind of sparked my interest as well. Like right now, I can go back and I can go watch it from the beginning of and fast forward and rewind as I want to watch from the beginning. I was noticing that because every time I shut the app down or and go back to it, it would give me the option to watch live or start from the beginning. I'm like, that's cool. I want to see the new intro. Then, now, forever. That is so cool. The 80s vibe with the thin going into the 90s and the Attitude Era. And now with all the current superstars, current look vibe, forever. Showing more of all generations, all the different superstars, past, present, future. And then together with the crowd, the arena of like, that looks like a WrestleMania arena of 60, 70,000 people with the together part. That's cool. The new Then Now Forever intro is fire. It's gonna take some getting used to. I don't know if I can still do my normal intro on the shows, my own personal touch, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see. We'll see how the vibe goes Monday night on Raw. But yeah, that's so cool that I can watch it from the beginning, skip ahead, fast forward. Yeeting since day one ish. John, you would love the new shirts that the Usos got out, bro. It says Yeeting since day one ish. I was noticing that too. I'm like, that's cool as well. 6 more minutes and I end the stream, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Cody Rhodes always GQ'd up from the feet up. And he's got cuff links that are shaped like his logo, the American Nightmare on his neck. That's cool. Boo, Brock Lesnar. I disagree with you 1010%. 100 million thousand times I disagree with you on that comment. All those comments you're coming in with. He's a bully. I don't like bullies. You make me want to end the stream early. That don't mean I gotta like him. You got 10 seconds to change your tone, or else I'm gonna ban you myself because I don't like what you're saying. It's my channel. I can do that. It ain't even worth your subscription if you are. You're probably not even subscribed to me anyway. But then again, you have to be subscribed to me to be leaving a comment. But if you unsubscribe to me, if I ban you, oh well, because agree to disagree. And I said that, and you're still carrying on with this nonsense comments that I don't like. Goodbye. How was he able to even leave a comment if he wasn't subscribed? Is my question. Because that's how I got my thing set up. 3 more minutes and I'm out of here. Especially with people like that wanting to jump in here. He's one of the ones that probably saying Cena sucks. Jerks. And they will sit down and lie and say, I'm not subscribed. Obviously, you are subscribed if you're leaving comments in the chat. That's the only way you can leave a comment. But if you unsubscribe from me after I block you, oh well, I don't care. You got time for people like that. 2 more minutes. I remember that when Floyd Mayweather bloodied up Big Show, yo. I was like, dang, he lit his face up. And it has plenty of pyrotechnics. I like that too. They had the fireworks going frequently tonight. Tyrese Halliburton on the kickoff commentary. I kind of knew that when they had the open seat and they would talk about who might be coming out. I'm like, it's gonna be Tyrese Halliburton. They were in Indianapolis. I knew that's who it was gonna be before he came out. Minute and a half. Don't forget, guys, hit that bell. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go through those videos. I put out 360 of them. Comment on them, like them, share them with your friends. My YouTube profile has the links to all my social media accounts. Follow me on everything that you're on. Appreciate everybody. Even the couple haters who only subscribe to jump over here and get on my nerves and say rude, mean things to me. Appreciate y'all too. One more shot of me with the suit and tie on. Well, I don't have my dress shirt on, but here it is with my Connor's Cure pin on and everything. Tie on my neck during this PLE live stream. Well, I had to do a special post-show synopsis since I had to work during the show, and I didn't want to get spoiled on everything that happened, so I watched it live. But I still want to jump up here anyway. Because that's what I do. Be good and be good at it. God bless you all. I'll be back on in a few for my live reactions and WWE 2K25 gameplay video. Peace.